Hey guys, welcome back to Builds by Maz. In this video, I'll be showing you how you can add an outlet up behind your TV. This will give you a clean look if you're wall mounting your TV, or if you're building a media or fireplace wall. You'll need to do this first so you can maintain outlet access. Let's get started. So here's everything you'll need for the project. First, we have our electrical outlet box. And you want this kind with the flaps on the sides. Don't get the kind with the pre-attached nails on it because you won't have access to hammer it into the stud. Then we have our standard outlet / receptacle. We have an outlet cover. You'll also need some wiring. This yellow one is called 12-2 wire, which is most likely what you'll need. If you know your room is only on a 15 amp circuit, you could use the white 14-2 wire, but it never hurts to be safe and use yellow. Then you'll need a couple wire nuts, either red or yellow, depending on your wire size. Now this top row is everything you need specifically for this project. It's really not very much material. Everything else shown in the bottom row are all the tools you'll need. First we've got a stud finder to locate the studs in the wall. Then we have an outlet tester. This is a great tool to have, especially if you ever need to wire GFCI outlets. A pencil. Then you'll need something to cut the drywall with. I recommend a multi-tool, but if you don't have one, you can also use a simple jab saw. You'll also want some kind of wire fishing tool, and I have this expandable kit. Then you'll want tape to attach the wire to the fishing tool. You'll need a pair of wire strippers to strip and cut the electrical wires. A pair of needle nose pliers. You'll need a flathead screwdriver, and I'm going to be using this electric version. Lastly, you'll want a Phillips head screwdriver or a drill with Phillips head attachment. Now this seems like a lot of tools, but they're all really commonly used, so if you don't have any, I recommend making the investment. Starting with my existing outlet, if I plug in my outlet tester, you'll see these two orange lights turn on, which means power is on and it's wired correctly. Before doing anything else, go to your circuit breaker and turn off power to the circuit where your outlet is located. Coming back to that same outlet, you'll see there are no lights on the outlet tester, meaning power is off. You can also use a voltage tester just to be sure. Now if possible, you want to add your new outlet directly above one of the existing outlets. That just makes things a little bit easier. Outlet boxes are almost always attached to a stud, so we'll use our stud finder and see which side it's on, and in my case, it's just to the left of the outlet. Get your wire fishing tool, and if you don't have one, I'll put a link to this one in my video description. It easily screws together so you can adjust how long it is. After connecting enough pieces together, I lined it up directly above my lower outlet and marked where I wanted to add the new outlet. Make sure this is behind your TV's area so it'll be hidden. We'll take our outlet box and place it on our mark, and then trace an outline over the perimeter of the entire box. When doing the top and bottom, make sure not to mark below these tabs on the sides here, but just along this inner part. Then you can fill in the gaps left by the tabs. You don't want to cut out a section for those because they'll be resting against the surface of the drywall. Then go ahead and cut out this rectangle of drywall, tracing exactly along the lines you made. Be careful not to cut too deep so you don't nick any wires that may be hanging out behind your drywall like these here. Test fit your outlet box and make any adjustments to your hole as needed. Otherwise, you can remove the box for now. Remove your lower outlet by first taking off the cover and then unscrewing the actual receptacle. This receptacle has backstab connections where the wires just push in to the back of the receptacle. I'm not a fan of this style, and instead I'm going to replace it with one that has screws on each side. You can push in tabs to remove the wires, but it's easier to just cut them off. If your wires were attached with screws, you can just unscrew them. Either way, we want to get down to just the wiring, like this. You can see there are 2 black and 2 white wires, as well as 2 grounds which are already connected with this green cap. We'll go ahead and unscrew that for now. For video purposes, let's assume this box here is what's in my wall. In the back of the box, you'll see 4 pre-cut tabs, and 2 will already be used by current wires. What you want to do is push open one of the available tabs, preferably a top one if they're not both taken. So you can see here, these 2 wires are coming in through the lower tabs, and I'm going to pop out one of the tabs up above. With that done, you can feed your wire fishing tool up through the tab we popped out, directly upwards towards the new outlet cutout. This is the tricky part. You've got to wiggle around your fishing tool until you see it through the cutout up above. Once you've got it lined up properly, you can pull out the end through the upper hole. Next, make sure you've got a length of your electrical wire that's long enough to reach between the two outlets with some overhang on both sides. Tightly tape the end of the wire to the fishing line, making sure to cover up the end so it doesn't get caught on anything. Then you can pull the fishing tool back through the bottom of the outlet box, pulling the wire out with it. Before installing the new box for the upper receptacle, make sure you push in one of the bottom tabs. It's just easier to do before it's in the wall. Feed the wire through that open tab, making sure to pull through at least 6 inches worth. Once we install the new box, you'll turn these screws, and that'll open these flaps on the inside. Push the box into the wall, and then we'll tighten up these screws. That's going to pull the tabs up against the drywall from the back, holding the whole box tight so it doesn't need to be connected to a stud. Next, we'll cut open this protective yellow jacket, exposing the black, white, and ground wires inside. Once you have them pulled out, you can cut off the rest of the jacket, but be sure to maintain at least a 1/4 inch showing inside the box to comply with code. My wires were a bit too long here, so I trimmed off the excess and then stripped off about 3/4 of an inch off the black and white wires. Looking at this receptacle, you'll see that one side has gold screws, which is where we attach the black wire, the other side has silver screws, which is for the white wire, and then the ground wire goes to this green screw. Using needle nose pliers, bend the ends of the wires into a candy cane shape. We'll start by attaching this ground wire, and you want to attach it in a clockwise direction. That way, when you're tightening the screw, it pulls the wire in tight. Do the same thing with the white wire, attaching it to one of the silver screws, and then the black wire to one of the gold screws. It doesn't matter which of the screws you attach it to because they are connected. Just make sure white goes to silver and black goes to gold. Then just push everything into the outlet box and screw the receptacle into place. Lastly, you can install your outlet cover, and then this new outlet is finished, and we'll move on to the one down below. Start off in the same way by trimming off any excess and then cutting out the yellow covering. Then strip off the insulation from the ends of the black and white wires. I also had to do this for the wires that I cut off from the old receptacle. Now we're going to make what's called a pigtail. Take a little bit of extra wire and cut off about 6 inches worth. Open up the jacket and we'll remove the individual black, white, and ground wires. Then strip off both ends from the black and white wires. It should look like this. So if we look at our two lower wires, the way it was working was electricity was flowing through one of these wires, up through this outlet, and then continuing on down to the rest of the circuit. And what we're trying to do now is basically splice in these new wires so power will also go up to our new outlet. Start by lining up the ends of the 3 black wires coming from the outlet box, and then we'll add in our mini pigtail wire. Once you have everything lined up together, you can use linesman pliers to pre-twist the wires together. This is optional, but helps make a sturdier connection. Either way, we'll connect the wires using a wire nut. I recommend using a red one, but if you have smaller gauge wires, you might be able to get away with yellow. I always test to make sure I have a good connection. You don't want any wires coming loose. We'll then repeat the process with the white wires, lining up the 3 coming from the wall with the 4th pigtail wire and securing them all together with a wire nut. Now you can do the same thing with the ground wires, or you can use one of these green wire caps. These are made for ground wires and they have a hole in the top. You want to keep just one long ground wire, and you can trim the others down to be shorter. Then twist the ground wires around a few times so all 3 of them are wrapped around each other. You can then slide on the green wire cap, feeding the longer ground wire through the hole in the top. Twist the cap around the 2 shorter wires and everything will be secured together. Now we're just working with one black, one white, and one ground wire. So we can attach these to the receptacle in exactly the same way as the one we did above. Bend them into hooks and attach them to their corresponding screws. Ground to green, white to silver, and black to gold. With everything secured, you can then fit the receptacle back into the outlet box. This can be tricky with all the wires and pigtails, and that's why it's really important that you have good wire nut connections, so nothing comes loose as you're forcing the wires into the box. Reinstall this outlet cover, and then we're just about done. The last step is to test the new wiring. Turn the power back on at the circuit breaker, and use the outlet tester to make sure everything looks correct. Here's the lower outlet, and again you're looking for these two orange lights. And then we'll test the new outlet we installed up on the wall. If this one looks good, then you're all set and ready to mount your TV. I hope you enjoyed this walkthrough and that it was helpful with your new outlet installation. And if you want to see how I built this fireplace wall, be sure to subscribe to the channel because I'll have a bunch of videos on that coming out soon. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.